Is it? Could it be? Did one of the now 3 months of Scrawler boxes that have been shipped since the March box actually make it to me? Nope. I'm just using that one and only new box I've actually received. Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. It's NoBox Artbox time once again because, yeah, still haven't received any new Scrawler boxes since March. They keep shipping them. They've even reshipped my April box. Don't know where they are. At this point, I'm expecting there will be a pile of 4 boxes in my mailbox all at once one day, and of course 2 of them will be identical because of that reship. At least that would be good for my giveaway. So this is my NoBox Artbox version of the June 2020 Scrawler box, which features Derwent Inktense blocks. I'm so excited to actually get the real box whenever that happens, because I've been wanting the blocks for a very long time. As per usual with my NoBox Artbox videos, I'm going to run through how this challenge works, I'll talk about what was in the box, and put clips from the full unboxing back up on screen as I talk about what I'm using, and then I'll say a little something about the piece I've created. As always, I'll have the original box contents and the pricing research down below, but I'm not going to include the savings calculations this time around. My reason is because a third of this box is supplied by Seawhite of Brighton, which really doesn't like to put their RRP pricing out anywhere unless you have a seller's account on their own website, and the only online sellers I can find to start making price guesses were selling in euros, which means an extra currency conversion step that would add inaccuracy. Fear not, I will do all of the savings research when I get the real box and do that video. The NoBox Artbox challenge is quite simple. Step 1, pick any art or craft subscription box service, and then pick any month's box that has already shipped. Look up the contents of the box, either from the company's own website or YouTube channel, or by stalking the platforms of their customers. Step 2. Match the supplies as close as you can using supplies you already own. Exact matches are fine as long as you didn't get it from the box you're replicating. If you're using this challenge to revisit a box you actually got in the past, use the next closest match in your collection, not the actual item. With the April and May boxes, I tried to be super careful about not picking the exact items because I will be receiving the real boxes, but I completely forgot this time and used the exact gel pen. Oops. Step 3. Do the challenge. Make art or crafts using only the supplies you've matched. And if the original box had a prompt or theme, try to stick to it. Only add missing essentials like paper, a pencil, or an eraser. If you share your resulting artwork or craft on social media, use the hashtag NoBoxArtbox, all one word, so we can all enjoy it. And if you made a YouTube video, feel free to message me or drop a link down below to make sure I see it so I can add your video to the master playlist for this challenge. Before I jump into talking about the supplies, I did just tease my giveaway, so let's talk about that. I'm getting really close to qualifying for the YouTube Partner Program, and I wanted to hold a giveaway when that happens. I'm about 40 or so subscribers away from the minimum subscriber requirement, but I've got more than the proportionate equivalent of watch time hours left to go. So if you're excited about my giveaway and want to see it happen sooner, make sure you're watching my videos all the way through. Every minute counts, and I do appreciate your help and viewership. I've been saving up all the duplicate new and tested once, like new condition art supplies I won't be using myself, so that I can give them all away to one lucky subscriber. I'll reveal everything being included once I've met those qualifications requirements and I'm ready to post the giveaway announcement video, but I can say this includes some popular brands in a variety of mediums. And of course, if I do indeed end up receiving 2 of the April Scrawler box when my real boxes start showing up again, all those lovely Faber-Castell water-soluble items will be included. The prize will also include a small custom artwork by yours truly. In order to be eligible to win, all you have to do is be a subscriber of this channel, age 14 plus, willing and allowed to provide your mailing address, and living in a country that can receive a package mailed from Canada. That's it. More details to come. So the June 2020 Scrawler box contains Derwent Inktense blocks, a water-soluble graphite pencil, a white gel pen, paintbrush, and some watercolor paper. The watercolor paper and paintbrush are both from Seawhite of Brighton, which is the same company that provided some of the charcoal items in the May box. I suspect it's a new company, and they're trying to break into the big name retailers in their local market, because they're a UK-based company, but I can only ever find their products listed on continental European retailer sites. The brush is a number 6 round synthetic brush, and that's all I know about it so far. I was able to find a listing for this in euros and convert it to British pounds sterling, and now that I see the converted price, I do think it matches up with the pixelated views of the menu card I've been squinting at on Instagram. RRP appears to be £3.88, which converts to $4.78 US or $6.53 Canadian. Again though, I can't actually read the card clearly yet from the Instagram photos I've seen, and I can't find any actual product listings for this in pounds or dollars. To replace this, any watercolor brush will do, preferably a round in size 6 or close to it. I'll be using a number 6 round Cotman brush by Winsor & Newton. The paper is Sea White of Brighton 350 GSM cold press watercolor paper, and the box contains 2 sheets cut down to A5 size. My best guess from the pixelated zoomed in squinting I've been doing on those Instagram photos is that the card claims an RRP of £2.50 for the 2 sheets, and that's on the high end of what I would guess based on the few listings of Sea White's watercolor pads and coil-bound sketchbooks on Jackson's. If that is indeed correct, that converts to $1.85 US or $2.53 Canadian. The sample sheet I put in my fake box just for the fun of it was an unidentified sheet I pulled out of my miscellaneous small papers drawer. It probably came out of a past Scrawler box. Normally I lightly label one side in pencil, but this one had no such markings, so I don't know what it is. I used it for swatches and then moved on. The actual piece is being done in my Pentalic watercolor sketchbook, which is 300 GSM cold press watercolor paper. The water-soluble pencil is apparently a Prismalo pencil by Caran d'Ache, but here's the weird thing. When I started researching pricing on this pencil, it seems like Prismalo is a colored lead watercolor pencil, and Technalo is the water-soluble graphite. I was only able to find pricing on Technalo, so that's what we're going with. RRP is £2.56, which converts to $3.15 US or $4.30 Canadian, and I have no idea what hardness this lead is. In its place, I'm using a Faber-Castell aquarellable water-soluble graphite pencil in 2B, which, if memory serves, did come in a past Scrawler box. I used to only own Derwent's water-soluble graphite pencils, and I hated them, but ever since I got this one, I've changed my mind about the medium. I think I just don't like the diameter of Derwent leads for sketching. The white gel pen is a Sakura Jelly Roll in size 08, which I believe is their most commonly sold size. I prefer the 10, which they sometimes call the bold nib size. I put an 08 in the box for the faux unboxing, but when it came time to actually use it in my piece, I did a few strokes in the 08 and then swapped it out for the 10. I don't know why 0.2 millimeters makes so much of a difference in a rollerball style pen, but it really does with this ink. I used to hate my Jelly Rolls and wondered why there was such a hype all over the internet about these pens when Uniball Signo is so much better, and then a subscription box included a 10. Signo's flow with Sakura's very consistent ink. Perfection. These pens have an RRP of £1.21, which converts to $1.49 US or $2.04 Canadian. I'd like to note that my RRP research there comes from Dick Blick, so the USD price is actually what I grabbed and converted for those numbers, and RRP may be different in the UK. The retailer I listed for researching prices in the wild actually sells them higher at £1.55 each. Finally, the big feature item for the box, Scrawler Box sent out a custom-sized pack of Derwent Inktense blocks. These are rectangular art sticks resembling Conte sticks and Prismacolor NuPastels, but they're made out of the same stuff as the cores of Inktense pencils. This is a water-soluble medium similar to watercolor pencils, but once this dries again, it's permanent like ink, and it won't be easy to lift or reblend like a true watercolor pencil. I'm using the Derwent Inktense pencils, and I've done my very best to match the exact colors sent. I do own the full range of Inktense pencils, but it's possible my squinting skills failed me and I read the wrong color numbers on everyone else's blocks. RRP is £17.89 for a pack of 6, which converts to $22.02 US or $30.07 Canadian. The colors are 1400 Apple Green, 900 Iris Blue, 1800 Baked Earth, 210 Cadmium Yellow, 740 Mauve, and 700 Fuchsia. Or at least I think they are. I swear the mauve stick number is 1740, not 0740, but the purples are all 700 and 800 numbers on the pencils, and all the other color numbers matched up, so... The The prompt for this box is spirit animal, which I actually have a problem with, and you're probably going to hear me complain about it in the Real Boxes video too. Spirit animal or spirit guide comes from indigenous cultures in North and Central America, and it's not something to be mocked. Unless you have been told your spirit animal or guided in finding out what it is by an elder of one of these cultures, then you don't know your spirit animal. Saying something is your spirit animal when it isn't is cultural appropriation, and saying something that isn't even an animal indigenous to either the Americas or to your area is particularly harmful because it's not even possible. If you're still comfortable with Harry Potter fandom stuff, call it your Patronus. If you're not, I don't know, your avatar, your persona? Rant aside, I think what the prompt is getting at is for you to draw the animal you feel most connected with, the species you would be if you weren't human. Although my #1 favorite animal is the horse, anyone who knows me can attest, I'm a cat. Through and through, I'm positively feline, and I would be very happy living a cat's life. So for today's piece, I'm embracing the surrealness of this color palette while I draw a domestic cat, and when the actual box comes, I'll probably do some sort of wildcat species. Yes, by the way, if this cat looks familiar, I did already paint a colorful cat from the same reference photo, and it was also a NoBox Artbox video too. It was the second NoBox Artbox video I ever did, one where I replicated a sketch box that sent their own Sketchbox branded watercolor pencils, and I replicated it with an assortment of brands of water-soluble pencils in my own collection because I didn't own a full range of any brand at that time. Go watch it if you haven't. It's one of my more popular pieces on other platforms, but I think the video itself suffered from being released so early in my channel's lifetime. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some video suggestions up on the left side of the screen now, or if you're interested in hearing me talk about booky things, check out my second channel, the Westvelt Archives, on the right. I upload art content twice a week at minimum, every Tuesday and Thursday, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!